Tough way to lose a ball game. We fought hard all day long. I thought we had a number of really good moments built inside of this game. We just couldn't close a deal in a couple of key situations, and that went all the way until the final out of the game. But these guys battled, and they were grinding, putting themselves in a position to play catch up and give themselves a chance to win the game. On the mound, I think Robbie had a couple of early innings where he had his pitch count and jump up into the 50s rather quickly, and he gave us what he could. We were touch and go with whether we should send him out in the 5th inning, but because of the at-bat coming up, we made a decision to remove him from the game. But I thought his final inning, the 4th inning, was his best inning, and hopefully he can build on that for his next start.
How are AJ, any word on AJ and David at this point?
They're both being evaluated right now. AJ, right groin, and David, right glute. So we're going to get some more information as time wears on and be able to provide that to you probably sometime tomorrow.
Is it just concerning because the groin's been kind of a reoccurring issue for AJ now?
Yeah, I think so. I think anytime you have somebody stumble the way he did, you want to just make sure that before you advance any further with any type of a diagnosis, that you give it the proper evaluation. So we're doing that right now.
He seemed better when you guys walked off the field versus when he was going down the line first for AJ. Did he?
I didn't hear any of his comments. I was kind of engaged in another area to try and figure out some of the moves we were going to need to make. So I didn't quite see that. In my conversation with him, it was brief a few minutes ago. He just wants to see how it feels in the coming day.
And then before the game, Ryan added to the DL?
Correct. We placed him on the 7-day DL, and we just ramped up his workload, and he felt a little bit of soreness. And out of fairness to him, and I've been saying this for the past couple of days, we are not going to put him in a situation where we're going to risk his health in any way. So it just made a lot of sense for us to put him on the 7-day concussion DL and see where that leads us in the coming weekend.
Why Corbin hit instead of Greinke in that situation?
Well, we've been building it up that that Corby was going to be the hitter, and because it jumped up on us rather quickly, and we needed 2 players, I'd asked and thought that maybe we could flip-flop it, but we had made the decision that Corbin was going to be the hitter, and Zach was not as prepared at that moment to be the hitter. But I felt very comfortable with Corby to be the hitter. I know he's had a very good offensive year. His approach is very good, and I trusted that he'd get something done.
So why did you have that decision in the first place?
Just because of where they were in their work week, I just thought it'd be better to use, and who's going to be starting before the next, I just thought it'd be better to use Corby.
So if you tied it, who goes to the outfield?
The outfielder would have been Patrick Corbin.
And you would have put him in one of the corners, I would guess, and moved Blanco to center?
Correct.
Had AJ been bothered at all by the groin before, in between spring training and now?
0. Has been feeling very good. Has made comments about how good he has been feeling. So this just jumped up out of nowhere.
You look back in this game, kind of the opportunities in the 6th and 8th, and then now you look at the blunt down in the 9th. You had opportunities to kind of take the lead in all 3 of those innings.
Yeah, we sure did. But I want to make sure that everybody understands how hard it is to hit situationally hit. We didn't do it perfect today, but we've been doing it very well all year long. It's just you got to give some pitchers some credit every once in a while, and they made pitches and had some very good hitters not execute. But that's how this game is, and sometimes it's rewarding and sometimes it's not. But we did build innings, which I'm very pleased with. We just couldn't close the deal.
What was the reaction on the bench to the 2 balls that Goldie hit, especially that second one?
Yeah, I think it was a pretty impressive shot. I mean, in this game, you have a couple of wow moments. For me, that was definitely a wow moment. He hit it off the Jumbotron, and that's a long way. So I keep saying that nothing he does surprises me. This just adds something to the list.
Torey, what's the difference between record-wise May compared to April?
As far as wins and losses,
Yeah, just-
or the outcomes of games.
Yeah, just, playing the same type of baseball, it's just, things happen, that's the
Yeah.
way the season goes sometimes?
Yeah, I think we're just not, we're building things, we're just not finishing it. And I think, teams come in here and make adjustments and make pitches. And whether we need to make adjustments or not, or be situationally aware, we gotta close out those moments. And that's why this game is so great. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's all a learning process, and you just gotta keep feeling your way through it during the course of the year. So I still think we're in a very good position. We are a very offensive team. We had runners on base all day long, and I'll take that.
Are you an exit velocity guy too? Like, is that something that interests you at all?
Not really.
Okay. Really well.
Yeah.
How big balls are you saying?
He, on a swing, I think the second swing, I noticed, I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet, on the second swing in his final at-bat, to me, he looked a little uncomfortable. And then the final swing when he's walking back to the dugout, it was perfectly clear that something was wrong. So I think that's where it probably jumped up on him.
With AJ, for a guy to struggle getting down the first year, it's reasonable to think he's going to have trouble avoiding it as he healthy. Especially with only 10 days now.
Yeah, I'd hate to speculate on that. I don't want to make any comment on that one way or another. I just know he's being evaluated right now.
You can.
You guys are going to need to make a move of some kind to get another position player here since you're already down one as it is.
Perhaps, correct. And we're gonna walk through that right now. As soon as I'm done here, I'll walk right in there and figure out what we're gonna do moving forward to get some healthy bodies in here.
But I'm sure what you can say is that you can afford to lose either of those guys for a long period of time at this point.
Correct.
You say that, so I have nothing to
Well, I'm on the record as saying that all year long. I know last year was a season where this ball club missed those two players, so they're very important to us. So we don't want to miss them. Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Some of the positives today was obviously Goldschmidt, but then Delgado's been pitching great. What has he done differently over the last couple of weeks that turned around the season so far?
Well, I think it was the extended outing against Colorado, where I think we went 13 or 14 innings and won on the walk-off home run by Descalso. He was a pitcher that stepped up and got the job done, and that's continued since that time. I think there's some confidence that was built in that game. And then inside of what's going on, I think there's fastball command. The secondary stuff is thrown right off of that fastball. And we're seeing, we're seeing a very good fastball. The velocity is up in the upper 90s. So that will help complement his secondary stuff. I want to make mention as to what happened. Our bullpen did a great job. I think Robbie threw 4 innings until the final inning of this game. They held us. They gave us a chance to play catch up, and they held that team in check. So outside of that 2-run home run, our bullpen was outstanding today.
And you mentioned about AJ, but was that like a trip up coming up the line? It looked like he was going like 70%. I couldn't tell.
I haven't seen the video. I just saw the tail end of him getting to first base and bending over, so I knew something was wrong. I don't know when it happened, obviously between first and second base.